Hey everybody, I'm coming on a little bit early today because I have an appointment at 5 minutes after 3 that I have to do a conference call. So I thought I'd just get on here a little early, trying to get the camera situated. Hey, I'm not cutting the top of my head off. We're good. Sync reflections is the correct way. Well, it's been a busy morning. I didn't get to do my video this morning. I knew I was going to do one this afternoon, but everything I talk about is in this book. This is the primer for what we do. It is everything you need to know about flying until this book comes out in December. And my conference call this afternoon is about this book. It's about the marketing of that book. So I'm excited to get to talk to the marketing, the PR person that's going to be dealing with it. I got my blue shirt on again today. I love this shirt. It's crinkledy. It can be wadded up and it doesn't look wrinkled, and I'm happy. Yesterday we had an emergency, and Fly Lady Laura's husband Bruce had a heart attack. And he is in the hospital still. He had another stent put in. This is his second heart attack. And, if you're smoking, folks, stop smoking. If you're not eating right, start eating right. If you're not taking your medication, start taking your medication. Bruce has a lot. And Bruce comes on here and talks to us sometimes. He's right here. He's my plumber. He takes care of stuff for us. And got to get my magic wand out and get rid of some announcements popping up. So, it's just been, I was able to change my slacks yesterday, and Robert and I hopped in the car and we went straight to the hospital. He was at our local hospital, and we got there in time to see the helicopter take off and grab Laura and head it over to Asheville, to the big hospital. And in the helicopter ride over the mountain and to Asheville, he had a cardiac arrest, and they were able to bring him right back. And by the time we got to the hospital, which is about 45 minutes to an hour drive, by the time we got to the hospital, he had gone through the stent procedure and he was coming back to the room. So we didn't have a whole lot of waiting before Laura got to see him, and he's all loopy, but today he's much better. And thank goodness he was not up on the mountain when the heart attack happened. He was in town, and he was able to get to the hospital right quick. So thanks be to God for him looking over Laura and Bruce and their girls. And we had to be kind of careful because Ashley is in Germany, and it was late at night there, and we hadn't told Ashley yet, but we got to talk to her about 10:30, 11:30 her time, and everything is good. And Jessica got to see her daddy last night, and we stayed until Jessica and her boyfriend got there. So, folks, we have lots to be thankful for, and taking care of our families and our health is just a blessing. It's just a blessing to them and to us. And Fly Lady Laura's, who answers my inbox and helps us greatly at Fly Lady, she's been with me a long time. Her husband had a heart attack yesterday. And for those of you coming in late, so keep them in your prayers. He's going to be in the hospital another couple of days, and he's having withdrawals from smoking. So, folks, it's hard to break the habit of smoking. It's really hard. I have a niece that's trying to stop smoking, and she's used the patch, she's used Chantix, everything, and she has problems. because we have addictive behaviors. And I came up with an idea for her. And this idea is, you know how a pack of cigarettes, I don't have, anyway, let's just think about these blank cards. What if you put on this blank cards, and it's about the size of a cigarette pack, a deck of cards is. Think about writing 20 things to do to distract yourself from picking, you pick up the pack of cigarettes, you want to go, and you've probably, if you've smoked, you want to get rid of the pack of cigarettes. Think about writing on a piece of paper or a popsicle stick or whatever. Come up with any habit you're trying to break. Come up with 20 things to go and do. You just have to distract yourself for 2 minutes. That's all it's going to take. Set your timer for 2 minutes and then go do what's on your card. And then on the back side of the card, give yourself a reward for doing that. So let's just say you go, let's be constructive about what we're doing. Let's get constructive. Write down, go read a book. Go declutter magazines. Something to do. And then on the back side, you can give yourself a reward of put some cuticle cream on your fingers and toes. Or leave the toes for another card. But you could give yourself like a simple manicure. Just rub some olive oil or some Vaseline. Or I even use chapstick on my cuticles to keep them soft, to keep them from getting rough. Think about ways to distract yourself and also accomplish something wonderful in your home at the same time that you're trying to stop this nasty habit of smoking or any habit. Maybe you're binge eating or maybe it's storming here, so if my power goes out, it'll come back on in a quick second. I'll lose my internet. I might lose being on live. But it is really, really tough. My stepfather died of mouth cancer. He smoked filterless cigarettes his whole life. He died at 58. 58. We might be having some hail. I hear some little hail. Anyway, so if I have to get off, it's because it's storming. But think about ways to distract yourself with cards, with simple cards. Write on one side and then flip it over for your reward. You might have the cleanest house ever when you get through, when you get rid of this habit. Now, I want to give you a little observation that I had this week. I kind of rearranged my bathroom. And in rearranging my bathroom, I moved where my soap dispenser is. And every night before I go to bed, because I sleep with my hands on my face, and I want to go to bed with really clean hands. And so I have some Jergens soap on my counter in a little fish dispenser. It's an old bottle that I put a stopper in and a pump on it. I'm buttoning it was flopping. I moved my hand soap dispenser from the right to the left. And for 3 nights now, I have reached to the right to get a squeeze of hand soap. And it's over here. I wonder how long it'd take me to unlearn the habit of going to the right side instead of the left side to get the hand soap. Think about that. Think about that. My sister moved where her trash can was in her pantry. she moved it from the left to the right. And it took her about 3 months, I believe. If she's on here, maybe she'll tell us how long it took her to get used to where that was. For a lot of people who are trying to quit smoking, it's the act of having something in their hand. So let's think about it. Let me pull this off. This is a dry erase marker that's on my morning routines. Maybe it's just having something in your hand. Well, you need maybe one of those fiddle things, a fit spinner or something. But think about just grabbing a card, like you're going to pull it out of a pack of cigarettes, and it being an action for you to take to redirect your brain to do something else, because you just have to redirect yourself for just 2 minutes, and then the urge will go away. I like this idea. I wish I knew enough about developing an app where it would randomly pick one of 20 things to go and do and not repeat them till you've gone through all 20, and then have a reward on the other side, a pamper mission, or sit and enjoy a book for 15 minutes, or just close your eyes for 15 minutes. Just think about a reward. I think it'd be a great app. I haven't found an app that would do that, though. So we've got to learn to redirect ourselves. Those of you who have basements, I live in an area, we're talking about radon here. If you've not had your basement tested for radon, you can go to Lowe's and you can get a radon detection kit, and you can send it off, and you can figure out, how much radon is in your basement. Well, when Robert retired, I knew from when I was in college at Brevard College that our area had a lot of radon in it because of the granitic gneiss that we have as a substructure to our mountains, and it releases a lot of this radon. So I asked him to test the basement, and sure enough, it was pretty high, because it wasn't a big problem when he was working every day, but now he spends a lot of time in his man cave down there, which is his shop and his office. So I asked him to test it, and it sure enough, it came out pretty high, and he installed our radar system, because he had to cut a hole in the concrete down there and put a collection device and then shoot it out of the house. And it was a project for him. He loves to do things like this. It was a good thing. You can probably get it done for about $1,000, $1,200. I don't know how much, but he online figured out how to do it. Get it tested. You don't know until you know. So habits are hard to establish, and they're hard to break. That's the secret. Habits are difficult, but when we can redirect ourselves, we can make a big difference in the way we think. It's all about redirecting and then rewarding ourselves. So getting up and doing something, getting your mind off of something is going to help you more than anything. More things popping in. So let's see. I'm using so again. We have to be thankful. We have to be thankful. Yesterday, I had on some yoga pants that I didn't want to be seen in at the hospital. So I put on my jeans. They were clean. I was good to go. Laura and I are holding hands walking down the hallway to get to the ICU unit, the cardiac ICU unit, and she has on blue sandals. I had on this eyelet top that was the color of her sandals, and I just said, you need to take my shoes and I need to take your shoes, because that matches my outfit. But she looked as cute as a button. She was ready to go. Here comes the dog. And it was just we were able to get things done without thinking. I didn't have any work pending because I stay ahead of time. Well, that could be a fun thing to do, but guess what? That takes months. Printing cards, that takes months to get something done. And if you're trying to quit smoking, you need to think about doing that right now. Doing that right now. The puppy needed to go out. That's what she needed. She came in and used the puppy pad. She's a good puppy. Right in front of me. At least it wasn't a stink pickle. Thank goodness. That would have run me out of here. I would have had to move to the other room. Anyway, maybe one day we can have some printed cards. I've talked to our printer about it, and maybe y'all can help me build what goes on it. Let's come up with 20 ways to distract ourselves. If we're wanting, maybe just 20. There's 20 cigarettes in a pack. Let's come up with 20 cards. I have 20 little domino things in my jar. 20 is a good number. And then I didn't come up with stink pickle. That's somebody else came up with that. But Robert told me about it. Let's come up with 20 pampering things. And this morning I thought of, why don't we get some pink, why don't we get some pink microfiber cloths to use as makeup removers. We could put together a pamper package with the pink cloths and pink cards that are all about things to do to pamper ourselves. So everybody come up, post them in here. What are some ideas to reward yourself after going and doing one of the things on your little cards? What's a reward? Let's go over it. A deck of love. Hey, that's a sweet idea. That is a sweet idea. We have a lot to be thankful for. Last night I asked Robert, I said, please don't ever try to pick up something that's too heavy for you to pick up. Please don't do that. Just, if you need help, we'll get help. We got a team of people we can call. We got neighbors. What we don't want it to look like a cigarette, though, is the issue. You don't want it to look like a cigarette. You're trying to get your mind off of cigarettes, and if you make it be a cigarette, then that's not good. So let's get our mind off of it. Sip iced tea. I like iced tea. I might have to go get me a glass of iced tea with some lime in it. I like lime in it. So I've been working on next week. That's what I was doing yesterday when we got the call that Bruce had the heart attack. I have decided that next week is going to be all about, because we're in Zone 3, and Zone 3 is the main bathroom of our house and another room. And Miss Rebecca picked, you got it, the office. And office means paper clutter. Paper clutter. You got that? We're going to deal with poor Wendy. I'll try to enunciate my words better. That's why I take headphones with me everywhere. I have a pair in my purse at all times so that I can plug in and listen to something. I like the powdered lime stuff too. So everybody, next week we're going to deal with paper clutter. Paper clutter. Got my magic wand. I'm getting rid of it. Now, here is a sale item I want to tell you about. This is our multi-wand. It's bendable. Guess what it cleans? It'll clean the coils in the back of your refrigerator because it slides right in, and this thing comes off and can be washed. It can form around your ceiling fans and get the tops of your ceiling fans, because if you're like me, you like the wind blowing all the time. Yes, all next week, every essay, every Ask Fly Lady question is going to deal with our paper clutter, because you want to know why. There's my sister. You want to know why we have paper clutter? We have paper clutter because we're fearful. We're fearful that we might throw something away that we might need one day. And 95% of the paper clutter you have in your house, I'd probably say 98%, is trash. It's just flat out trash. Trash. So we got to get rid of this paper clutter because it's standing. It is on every flat surface in our house. And y'all need this. You really do need to deal with paper clutter. So we're going to do a whole week on paper clutter. You got that? I feel like I'm looking down all the time. So I want to straighten up. So let's get rid of our paper clutter and let's deal with it. Now, we have a new color of our office in a bag. This is a muted purple. I like it. It's got, this was our original purple one, and this is our new purple one. I think it's elegant looking. So this is one way you can contain your paper clutter. You're not going to put all your paper clutter in this bag. Now we have a black one and a red one and a purple one and a blue one. And these are a great way to keep things contained. What do you think? Wait. What do you think about Marie Kondo? I can't find it. Wait. I'm not commenting. I don't know a whole lot about Marie's system. I know from seeing an interview with her parents that she is born organized. And when it comes to being born organized, we're not. Most of us are not born organized. She's always liked to clean. I had a kid like that. Justin, he'd keep his room really neat and clean. He had to have his little Matchbox cars and containers and everything. Her system, one of the things I've seen is to empty everything out of your closet and try on everything. For those of us who are sidetracked, it would take us 2 weeks to clean up that mess. We don't function that way. We want to function that way. But for us to deal with it, it's too much. It is too much. Would the multi-wand be good for washing a semi-truck? Our mop handle fits the multi-wand. So yes, you have about you'll have a 10-foot length on it. And I don't think you'll have to climb. But back to Marie's system. It's hard for us. Our perfectionism, and that's what I think her system is based on, is perfectionism. Our perfectionism wants to see the empty closet. And when you see the empty closet, you think, oh, this is perfect. How would you put it back? But we don't have any rhyme or reason to putting things back. So we've got to eliminate the clutter a little at a time. Hey, Liz, take that link off because it's going on sale Friday or Saturday. So take that link off for the Mop Plus because it's not on sale yet. I don't want people to buy it right now when it's not on sale. So let's get rid of that one because it's going on sale Saturday, half price. So y'all, Just hold off. Unless Michael's already got it up and it's half price. You can put it up if it's half price already. Because I told him he could put it up anytime. So folks, Marie's kind of hard for those of us who are sidetracked because we want to see it all done. But if we pulled everything out of our closet and sat there with it, it would be all on our bed and we'd have to sleep on the couch tonight. So we can't do that to ourselves. I want you to have a card that says, go take 5 things out of your closet that you can't wear anymore or that you haven't worn. Bless someone else with them. Drop them off at the Goodwill truck when you're out and about. Take them directly to the car. If you bring something new home, now this is the key to keeping on track with your clutter. Keeping on, it's not on track, but keeping your clutter at bay. When you bring something new home, get rid of 2 things that are like items. So if you get a new t-shirt or a new pair of shorts, get rid of 2 old pairs of shorts. There you go. I'm so sentimental, which makes getting rid of things more challenging, but I'm getting better every day. Not everything is something you keep. Not everything is something you keep. Let me show you the one thing I have that was from my mother. This is all that I have that was my mother's. It's it. This is it. And it's got a rose in it that my son gave me. This is all I have that was my mother's. I have a table that was my grandmother's, that was at my mother's house, and that's all I have. I have a skillet, a griddle that was my grandmother's, and I have a bowl that was my grandmother's. But I don't have a lot of clutter. You don't have to hold on to everything. You really don't. My friend Eric Dodge from St. George, Utah, he has been getting into the minimalist thing. He's very sentimental about everything. And he has decluttered his bedroom. I'm sure he's going to be sleeping like a baby after he does this. Getting rid of the clutter in your bedroom is imperative. We've had people that held on to the last Kleenex box their grandparent used. Empty Kleenex box. It's trash. It's just trash. I mean, I'd like to remember things that my grandmother said. I may write a book one day on the teachings that I learned at the knee of my grandmother. And one of those was shining your sink, because every day when she finished the dishes, she would take her dishcloth that she dried the dishes with and she would wipe out her sink. She would wipe out her sink and then she would put that in the put that by the wash machine to be done with her next load. That's where shining the sink comes from. We have grandmother's bread bowl. Yep. You want to keep simple things. And I like to keep things that are sentimental and little. It's little. And it makes me happy. It makes me happy. That's it. Let's see I've gotten so used to speaking for 30 minutes, I've got to come up with some more things to talk about. So we're only going to have this one video today. I don't know what my sisters are talking about. Anyway, Eric is sweet. He is a sweetheart. So, folks, this is $12 and we have a 20% coupon code right now. Yes, pretty is as pretty does. That's what my granny always said. And that, you know what that means? That means, to me, it always meant that it didn't matter what you looked like. If you were sweet to people and kind to people, that's what came through. If you did kind things for people, then that love just shone on your face. Pretty is as pretty does. And another one she always said, and this is amazing. Can't, and it's Kant. Can't never could do anything. And she said it just like that. And she always said, instead of wash, she said wash. And one other thing she always said was she had really white hair, and she would have to get her wrench. She would have to put a wrench on her hair to make it like shiny because it was a dull gray. And she would put this wrench on, and it was purple when you put it on, but it would turn her hair this pretty white color. So it's funny. She would say, wash. Yeah, and Justin still says wash. I've tried to change the way I say it, but Justin still says wash. And I think his Granny Elizabeth said wash too. There are... Sainted grandmother used to say, there are me people and there are we people. Be a we person. Yep. Love others. The Bible teaches us that, to love your neighbor as yourself. But you know what? If you don't love yourself, you don't know how to love your neighbor. You really can't. You can't. Loving your neighbor is more than just saying it. You have to speak the action. So saying you're going to quit smoking, there's more to that. You've got to have the action of quitting smoking. You have to put a plan in place. And you have to implement that plan. But you got to think about it first. So make your little cards and let's do it. Blue-haired ladies. Granny was one of those. Don't get back in bed. Oh, Granny would not let us sit on the bed. If the bed was made, and she had chenille bedspreads on all the beds. And she had these chenille bedspreads, and they were kind of hard to make up for a little kid. But she wouldn't let you sit on the bed. She wouldn't let you sit on the bed. You couldn't sit on the bed to put your shoes on, nothing. You had to find a chair to sit on to put your shoes on. Yeah, well, that's one of those things we've learned is not a good thing. But she never did. She never wanted to waste anything. My grandmother was an entrepreneur before women really had jobs. During when my mother, in 1943, mother was born in 35, and in 1943, when mother was 8 years old, her father died. So Granny was a widow at a really young age. So she probably wasn't even 30 yet. I don't know what year she got married. I could probably look it up. But he died, and she started running a grocery store in Boydsville. I don't know. Boydsville was on the state line of Kentucky and Tennessee, and she ran the store in the Kentucky side. And I have a piece of wood from that place that's at my office sitting on a table, but it looks like driftwood. But it was her first business that she started, and she ran this store. She sold groceries, and eventually she remarried, and she worked every day of her life. She worked at a sewing mill in Mayfield, Kentucky, called Andover Sewing Mill, and it was on Highway 45. I'll never forget where it was. Paula, the multi-wand being $12, if you use the coupon code SHINY591, you get another 20% off, which makes it $9.60. It's a great sale. It is a great sale. Now the multi one is on sale right now. The extra large mop package goes on sale on Saturday, unless it's up right now. And your aunt worked at Andover's. Yay! Melanie knows where that is because she lives in Mayfield. She worked there probably 30 years, really, until she retired. And she taught me how to sew when I was 8 years old. She taught me how to sew. And we cut out a pattern for pajamas on the kitchen table with knives holding down the pattern that we made for ourselves. Or are you going to do a tour of your house today? Nope, I'm not going to do a tour of the house today. Well, it doesn't look bad, but it's dark. It's dark, and I got dog beds everywhere because they've been drying. I'll try to do it tomorrow. Your first book has not yet been translated into Italian. I read it in English. We really need it here. Can I contact you about translating and publishing? Send me an email to mediarequest@flylady.net, or just put in the subject line Italian rights, and I will get it to my agent, who has someone over there who's dealing with all the different rights to the books. In fact, I got one for Russia today. I'm in collusion with Russia. They want to renew their license for Sync Reflections, and this is good. 2 others, we ran our homes on the Fly Ladies. Yep. Will you write a baby steps cookbook with easy cooking? Leanne's already written that. Leanne has already written that. It's called Saving Dinner Basics, and I think you can get it on our website. So check it out. It teaches you how to cook, and it also gives you some recipes. I gotta laugh. If we don't laugh, we're just gonna curl up and cry with all the Democrats and Republicans fighting each other in Congress right now. We just have to laugh. I've had a lot of fans in Russia. Somebody even cloned our website over there so people could buy stuff right off of our website. It would go straight to our website. It's so sweet of them. But I didn't know about that. I'm not telling anybody. But yes, everybody, women all over the world suffer with the same thing that we do. Every woman is the same. We've had testimonials from India and Israel, you name it. Every country in the world has sent. It's the Saving Dinner Basic book, Liz. The Saving Dinner Basic. It's a green book, I believe. If not, it's on Amazon. But they're all suffering. They want a home that is magazine ready, that looks beautiful. And they don't know how to do it. The coupon code is SHINY, SHINY 591 this week. That's what it is till Saturday or Sunday. Both of them. We get a new one on Sunday. But here I am sidetracked again. Every woman wants a wonderful home. But we've been taught that we could have it all, but nobody showed us how. Nobody showed us how. And now that we've figured it out, it's easy to teach. And if I can teach you, then you can teach somebody else. And the world becomes a better place. It really does. I feel bad not showing you the house. Let me get up and walk you through the house. It's really dark right now because it's storming and dogs are everywhere. So I'm going to grab this. I'm going to grab the phone, and hopefully I don't make you sick. Here we go. Oh, that looks good on the wall back there. My new flag. Okay, I'm going to flip the phone around. See how dark it is? Let me see if I can get some lights on. The dog has drug out her ropes and stuff. This is, while I've been on the phone with y'all, she has drug out all her toys. She knows how to open her little cage door. And there she is in the floor. We have another one somewhere. Where is he? Loki someplace. That's our bookcases. And there's my hotspots and my computer. I usually sit in that chair. Those are bronze rags laying on the arms of my chair because they're soft. And this is our couch. Robert brought the mail in and left it right there. And she has torn the rug up. Well, flipped it over. Look at that sweet baby. She got her toy. Oh, she does have her toy. She has look at that face. Look at that face. She has a little alligator she really likes. Yes, she's sleeping with it. Look at her. Okay. Well, that's the front door. And it's not raining as much, but it's still really dark. That's our front yard. And that's my St. Francis statue. The kitchen. Here's my dining room. Treadmill at the end, folded up. You know I'm not going to use that. But all my windows, shiny sink, outside. This is what I see when I stand at my sink. Anyway, that's where we got. Let's see if I can head to the bathroom, show you the bathroom. I don't think it's too messy because I do swish and swipe. Oh, that's bright, isn't it? There's the shirt I wore yesterday. I hung up right there. My shower curtain, all kinds of good stuff. Uh-oh, we're back in the dark again. Flip the light off. Okay. That was a quick tour. Hope it didn't make you dizzy, but I promised you yesterday I'd do it. Yep, my calendar's in the bathroom. Okay, so where was I? Showed you the house. We're good to go. Next week we're going to be in the main bathroom and the office. If you don't have a office, we're going to tackle paper clutter everywhere. You hear me? Paper clutter is what we're doing. Paper clutter, we're going to get rid of our paper clutter next week. So folks, I'm going to get off of here so I can get ready for my conference call. I need some water right now. I'm out of water. And I get these notifications from people asking questions privately, and I don't know how to answer those. I wonder if Liz is getting them too. So you can use your 20% discount to get anything in the fly shop except for the Swish and Swipe pack, which is half price, and the Super Duper pack, which has $50 off, which is it's Leanne's book on low carb cooking is it says low carb on it. Saving Dinner Low Carb, I think it is. Well, thank you, Lizzie, for saying it was a great show. Okay, my sister says they answer those. I don't know. I didn't know how to answer them that pop up at the top of the screen. But the Swish and Swipe pack ends on Friday at midnight. So get it while you can. Get it while you can. And let's just take care of some things. You know, you got to get some stuff done because we still got a lot of summer left. And keep saying prayers for Bruce and Lauren, the girls, and hopefully he'll be out of the hospital by Saturday. And, you know, just be thankful. Be thankful and don't ignore things. You know, if the cardiologist came in yesterday and she was saying men who have this cardiac issue, they pop out in a heavy sweat, their arm hurts, their legs tingle, lots of things happen. But she said she had a woman having the same event and all she had was shoulder pain. Imagine that. All she had was shoulder pain. So women and men feel heart attacks differently. And if you've been told to do some stuff, then you need to take care of it. Life's too short. It really is. And just listen to your body. When we're running around in a tizzy, we can't feel pain because our adrenaline is keeping us from feeling the pain. I will never forget when I left my first husband. I'll never forget this. I never had the cramps. When I had my monthly period, I never had the cramps, ever. And then the first month after leaving Eddie, I had the cramps. And I'm thinking, what in the world is going on? What is this? Well, when you're under stress, your body is pumping adrenaline. And that adrenaline is a painkiller. It's really a painkiller. So all of a sudden I had the cramps, and it took me a while to recognize that I had calmed down. Now, let's talk a little bit about the little boys in Thailand. Their coach was a former monk. And he taught the boys how to meditate in that cave. Imagine that. How to meditate. Meditation is a great way to slow your brain down. That is what's going on with we've got to learn to get these endorphins a different way instead of with the adrenaline. That adrenaline pumping through our veins day in and day out, it keeps us from sleeping. It keeps us from feeling what our body's telling us. We have got to learn to listen to our bodies. So, folks, enjoy this day. Be thankful for this day that the Lord has given you. And take a few minutes to slow down. I mean, I can teach you how to meditate. Real easy. You just close your eyes and you pretend like the backside of your forehead is a TV screen and you're watching the ticker tape. I mean, I watch Fox Business and I see the ticker tape go across it and it's a steady speed. Well, my goal in meditation is any thought that you have is in that ticker tape and it's flowing across the screen. My goal in meditation is to slow that down because you're never going to stop it because we're alive and that thought is happening. If you have an itch, you want to scratch it. So don't deny to scratch it and just sit with your hands up like this in your lap and just relax every part of your body. Relax your eyelids, relax your jaw, relax your neck. I mean, I catch myself doing this sometimes and I just kind of have to slow down. Slow that ticker tape down. And as you slow the thoughts down, practice your breathing. Focus on your breathing. Breathe in and then breathe out. Breathe in. And when I first started meditating, I made up my own mantra because I didn't want something that didn't make sense to me. I needed it to make sense here. So I came up with my own little mantra. And I would breathe in, I love, and then I would breathe out, myself. I haven't tried the Calm app yet, but everybody's saying good things about it. Breathe in and breathe out. Sometimes you just need to put on some ocean waves to listen to. Just enjoy slowing down your brain. Because when you haven't got these thoughts bombarding you, 50 times an hour, 60 times, 70 times, 100 times an hour, when you've slowed these thoughts down, you can recognize what's going on. And, just practice taking deep breaths. My watch tells me to breathe. My iWatch tells me to breathe. It's just that simple. Just slow down, breathe in, I love myself. Why would I come up with that in 1990 for a mantra? I love myself. I love myself. Why would I do that if that wasn't a message from God? Breathe in and breathe out. It's just that easy. Another thing you can do if you're having problems going to sleep at night is do the I ams, the ABCs of I ams. And, the Bible says that God said, I am. I am. We are made in the likeness of God. And when you go through the I ams, I am admirable, I am bold, I am courageous, I am, the ABCs, I am daring. Sometimes we have to step out of ourselves and do something. Come up with a different letter each night or a different theme on the I ams and just go through the ABCs. And as you do that, your mind is focusing, but you're getting in touch with God at the same time because God gave you those attributes. Pamela, the Bible teaches us to love ourselves too. That is, love your neighbor as yourself. That is the golden rule. We have to do this. It's not a selfish thing to love yourself. It really isn't. So folks, I'm going to get off of here. I got to have this conference call in just a little bit. And I might be coming to a place near you talking about the marketing. We may do a virtual book signing. Wouldn't that be fun? Wouldn't that be fun? And the thunder is rolling. But we're going to come up with some ideas, and it'll be fun for everybody. So, folks, I love you all. Let's get our houses in order, because you never know. Let's get our houses in order. We deserve to have a home that blesses us. I'll talk to you tomorrow. Bye.